Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. CJCJ show number three. We've started to do numbers halfway through, but here we are, number three. Obviously, you know the deal. It's myself, it's Karim and Jahzo, but this time we're joined by none other, a couple of special guests in Arsenal and Torment. Boys, welcome.
What's up, mate?
Lovely stuff. Now, listen, obviously, we're back on the NA side of things. We had the EU show last week. So, of course, cover a little bit of that prediction, but, you know, we're back on the North American side of things. And I just want to throw to you guys first, boys. Like, what's been happening on the North American scene? How are you guys, I guess, feeling? Had the first regional out of the way, and now Regional 2 this weekend?
You know, I'll start. I'm feeling good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm chilling, bro. The first regional, before we lost our match, we I don't think we dropped like one game to like every single team. So it's like, yeah. I mean, that's like the definition of an off day for me. So it's just like, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, I think we're feeling better in scrims. We had a very off regional, but top 8 was enough to keep us in the running, and then we can bounce back.
I can't believe actually we've unintentionally put you top right, Tommy, as well. So that is just that has made my week. We've got Tommy in the top right corner, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
Can we get just let us know in chat if you're absolutely loving that. But Chrome, what's it like to have your young fella, your protege on the stream? Yeah.
It's pretty cool, you know. He's looking at himself in the camera, you know. He's doing his thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool. Jahzo, what are you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm really excited for this weekend, honestly. Because it's really going to tell us like how the rest of the split's going to go, right?
It does. We thought. Well, what are your thoughts on this? I haven't really talked to many pros about the whole like invite, the invite third regional sort of thing. I guess the bubble scene is in absolute tatters right now because they can't play in Regional 3. But what are you guys' thoughts as, I guess, top teams?
I mean, yeah, I definitely feel for them. Like they have 2 weeks and then they're gone for 4 months. Like, it's just not a good balance. Like, they don't really get to practice. They never get to scrim like the top teams even. So they need something that they can play until we get that experience. That's the only way you can improve. Like, they're not just going to improve as a team, scrimming the same teams they always scrim and playing twice, you know?
I feel that. Do you think we need something in between for the bubble? We need some tournaments in there? Or maybe it's the whole format?
Yeah, I mean, I think it looked like they were trying to. I saw like Mateo tweet about it and stuff, and a lot of people are talking about it. So Sonics obviously knows, and I feel like they probably have something in the works. But I mean, yeah, probably just tournaments for them. I mean, it's been cool that some people have also hosted or plan on hosting tournaments. I've seen too, so at least there's that for them. But yeah, they just need more like reps and experience.
Would you guys watch? Would you guys watch those events as top
No.
players? Would you guys care?
No.
I maybe like click on every once in a while, but not like.
Somebody is capping, bro.
Nah, like the Rizzo one. I clicked on the Rizzo one. I clicked on it.
Because he did the regain tournament, right?
Yeah, that was the only one I've seen so far. But I saw like Jack tweet one saying 1, 2. I think Rise said 1 for EU. Right? I'm not exactly sure, but I think. But those haven't happened yet.
I mean, I think the bubble, it's more about like the players and the viewership. But again, like Rizzo's going to want viewers if he's hosting it. They need to get the marquee players in there, like your Forkies. You know what I mean? They put bums on seats. Those sort of people, don't they? People come to watch, see if he makes it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Turbo didn't play in the regain tournament, which I thought was kind of odd.
Well, I had the pleasure of team streaming their closed call run. I don't know if you boys saw the situation with Dark Zero, but agonizingly close. And by agonizingly close, they went 1 and 3. But what are you guys' thoughts on? Obviously, Turbo took a while to snag a team. Ended up with J Powers and Neil. And unfortunately, like the other bubble teams, if you don't make the top 16 a couple of times, you're out. So What are your thoughts on Turbo? Is he destined to stay here? Is he going to go back to EU?
I know Turbo pretty well. I talked to him a lot about when he was trying to form the team and a bit during the season. And yeah, I feel pretty bad. Obviously, like he really wanted to like at least make the regionals. Like he wanted to bounce back because he hasn't played. He missed the whole split like in spring, and he was grinding that whole time. But I don't really know what to think. I watched a bit, and it just seemed like they were off. Like yeah, they're just a little bit behind these teams, like these close qual like demons.
Do you think like the region, like your region itself's got a lot harder, or do you think they're still at the top? It's still not comfortable, but yeah. What do you think on the depth right now?
I just think adding Furia and Gen.G and then Complexity has been here for a season, but I just add those teams and it just takes away spots. It just makes it that much sweatier.
Does that mean more spots for NA coming, or we need? I don't know. I guess yeah. The only solution is more spots, isn't it?
Yeah, 20 teams wouldn't be bad. Like it would still be competitive, but you look at the close quals, there's so many teams with orgs that like miss. Like teams with like orgs and like names you would recognize just miss quals. Like Ghost missed a qual. Luminosity just missed this one. Darkstar missed twice. Like teams like that are missing quals and losing to good teams too. It's not like they're like getting like fully upset. So it's just weird. But maybe 20 teams, but then the formats would be weird. Like you couldn't do Swiss with 20 teams, right? I don't think you could.
What was the format for like team count last season in fall split for Swiss? Was it just 16?
It was 24, I think, or 32. Remember?
Oh, it's RLCS.
Well, I know X was
RLCS
32.
was 32.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking about. Like,
no, it was 16 then. If it was season 11.
So it was like we have now, except not like the ways like regional 3 will be, where invite only and shit. Like every single
that's the only change.
Had a qual.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they clearly just didn't do anything. That's pretty much it. They could have done some stuff, but they didn't really change anything up. So here we are though. 5 spots for NA, and let's go back. I want to go to EU for the weekend because I'm going to talk about NA. We'll be previewing NA, I'm sure. Did you guys catch the EU on the weekend? Oxygen taking the dub.
Yeah, I watched it. They look good, honestly. But I think KC could just kind of troll them. Like they were so like panicky, and like Vatira looked like Vatira. The other two were kind of like mediocre, I guess. And then Oxygen, Archie was just filling it. Bro felt like bro's in flow state. Like I don't know what to tell you. And then you got Jurius looking like Jurius, and Oli just cleaning up. That's basically what I saw.
Did you guys see the Moist KC series? I've never seen Moist look so nervous. It was like they were playing the series of their lives coming against Vatira. The poor fellas were like, that was their grand final, and they just played awful. I don't know. KC looked good though.
Yeah, I've even talked to the Moist boys. Like, I've been in their practice rooms like each LAN. Like, I always talk to them, and it seems like they do get like nervous, but like once they get over that, they just ride that momentum. That's how they made like them long runs. But against Vatira, it's kind of like, I know what they're going through. Like, you play your old teammates, so it's kind of going to be like, whether you want it to or not, you're going to have like feelings there, and then you're going to feel the nerves like, oh, I want to win, so people don't talk, like all the Redditors and Twitter people. So it's like, yeah, it was kind of just added onto their nerves that they were playing Vatira.
Well, you had that situation, and you have the Space Station Optic game first regional. What's it like going into that sort of matchup against the old boy?
For me, I kind of treat it like any other matchup, but then it just like before we played, like it just made me mad because I was like, bro, if I lose this, bro, everyone's on my noggin, bro. Like, no way I'm gonna let that slide. So I was like, all right, bro, like I gotta activate my takeover. Like, there's no way I'm gonna let them score more than we score. Like, I just gotta win.
It's
just in my head. Nah, yeah. Like losing that is more important than losing like any worlds. Not gonna lie.
What'd you say?
I said losing that.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, would you say that is like your highest pressure match you ever played?
Not ever. No, not ever.
Not ever.
Nah. I feel better when I get mad. Like, not like tilted, but like where it's like, all right, like the opponents made me mad, or like they don't have to make me mad, but like I just want to win. Like against Redos, it was like if I lose that, bro, my career is done. I'm finished. So it's kind of like I gotta win, or it's just over, bro.
I mean, you say that, but I feel like in the moment you'd be thinking that, but like no one's really going off at Optic. I guess you guys had more pressure because he left.
Yeah.
Or you guys got rid of him and he
Yeah.
joined a new team. But I feel like it would have just been like whatever.
Nah. I'm telling you, bro. Like even us getting top 4, people are still in our heads. They're like, "Oh, SSG made the run." Like people are still gonna talk. But if we would have lost to Optic and got out top 8, bro, everyone would have been talking about SSG, how we're like washed and stuff like that. So I think it was a lot more important.
Rob, were you feeling kind of the same way? That matchup? I know we never really talked about it.
I mean, for me, yeah, I would say definitely a lot more motivation to want to win that, because losing to them, we're gonna catch some heat for it, and on top of that, we're expected to do better than them. So like for us, especially, like we had to perform with a new roster change. Like anytime you make a roster change, you gotta perform. So like everyone's gonna be on your head. So for us, yeah, we for sure like put in a lot more effort into that series too, and we showcased it.
Did you do the whole like Arsenal was saying like, oh, it's not a big series, don't worry about it, and then like first goal goes, and you're like, let's fucking go, boys!
No cap, bro. That's exactly how it was like, bro. I was like, ugh. I don't think I've ever screamed that much in my life. It was lit.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, I feel like you just bottle it up. You're like, don't worry, boys. It's just another series. It's just another game.
Nah,
Don't worry
yeah.
about it. And then as soon as something happens, you just go off. You've just been bottling up this emotion. That ain't good comms. You have comms
What's
for
the
that
series
series?
score for that? It was like 4-1.
I think they did post it.
We
Did
had
you guys
cons,
post?
but like we cut out all the hype moments, I think.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, bro. You gotta play it smart.
Well, you're too abusive, is that what you're saying?
I won't say abusive, just like I don't know. Every time I play Rocket League, I just like trash talk like every single team, like even Torment, bro. Like Torment knows. I trash talk literally everyone because like I mean that's just like how I am. But then like if people were seeing me trash talk Redos and like I mean I do it to everyone, but if it was specifically towards Redos or like anyone on that team, everyone would have been like calling me out and stuff like that. So it's like I don't feel like dealing with all that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I just remember opening a SG Comms video in winter last year, and we got 4-0 by SSG. And we used to fire them in Scrim, like back when we first figured beast mode, and they were just calling us like Scrim gods, calling us dog shit. I mean, we got owned, so I couldn't even say anything. We actually got shit on, but it was fun.
I feel like that's.
You ever had an experience like that yourself, Torment?
What?
Like going in a match against like a former teamate?
I mean,
where you were really,
we were like me and Gimmick were like 0-8 against Squishy, so there's that. But not really. I mean, and then after we kicked Gimmick, we did lose to him the first time we played him in winter. Like that one regional, we got like 12th. We lost to them. Like when that was when like Oxygen got top 6 like every regional that split. But other than that, no, not really. Because I mean, we teamed for like 3 years, So it's only those two players still. Like out of all my old teammates, those are the only 2 players that still play. Like all the other ones are retired because they're from like season 2.
But there's no special drive to beat Squishy whenever you go up against NRG.
Well now
Like,
no, I don't really care.
not
But
now.
but back then there was, but we would just like pull up and get 3-0'd. I remember the first time we played them, it was like some like off-season tourney. And we were trying out Reddles, and Reddles was like talking about how we gotta beat Squishy for like, us, and we're like, yeah, let's go, and we could pull up. And Squishy airdrop bumped me in the first like 2 minutes. We got clean swept. Like I scored like 1 goal. Like then we were like, fuck.
I would have cried.
I mean, that was like peak energy. Like when they first picked them up, like they were best in NA. Like no one was beating them. So, and we were like not very good, obviously.
I feel like Arsenal, like you boys talk trash no matter what. I remember watching like Reddles put up a video of one of our scrims, and I think we won like 5-3 or something, and it was still like, nah, there's no way. These guys, I can't read them. You were just going off. You're like, these guys are so random, bro. Copium. But I feel like you trash talk no matter what, not just when you're 4-0, 4-1. It's even when you lose. You just have that copium, huh?
Nah, I don't know if you heard us at LAN.
Oh, when
but
we
like
scrimmed.
literally mid scrim, I'm like, all right, bro better do that in his match. Or like I would say stuff like that because it is copium, but it's just like for the most part, it normally comes true, bro.
It's
I'm not gonna lie.
It's good vibes.
Dude, man's manifest on the dubs.
No,
honestly.
yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
it's just like
people doing scrims, like online scrims is like it's not even the same game. It's like a match. Like it's so dumb sometimes, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know. It's crazy. Do you have like? I mean, when I was screaming over there, we streamed a couple games against Sonics. I think it was Sonics, and that was a Magic Bear. And I keep bringing it up. People are gonna know in chat. I keep bringing up Magic Bear, but him last season, every time we went to NA and we somehow scrimmed them, was hitting like quadruple flip resets in scrims. And I'm thinking, how is this dude not even like top 8 NA right now? What's going on? Obviously now he's going a little bit better. Do you feel like who's your scrim boy in NA? Who's the guy that just peaks in scrims that you don't see any
One
tournament?
player.
Yeah.
So some way, is it someone that peaks in scrims but not tournament?
Well, obviously Magic Bear
That's
has been playing
toxic.
well, but like
that
he
is-
can't.
that is
That's so
toxic.
toxic.
No,
That's
it's not toxic. You can say
that is, bro.
something. No,
Bro,
because
that's basically saying That's basically saying in scrims they're the best player in the world, but in tournament they do nothing. Like that's
yeah,
toxic,
but
bro.
like that means that
Is
they
it-
could
is
still
it-
play well in
Yo,
a
is
tournament.
it toxic if it's facts though?
I can't think of a
yeah,
player that
yeah.
stands
It's still
out.
toxic, bro.
I can't think of one that stands out crazy because like people do some crazy shit in scrims, but usually they're still pretty good in tournament. Like they're not like not non-existent. But we usually scrim mostly like the top 8 teams. So it's like
Mm.
Yeah. If I had to pick any
it's probably
player
more
from
on
like
the lower teams.
yeah, one of the bubble teams for sure. Maybe like from who do we be scrimming, bro? I don't even know. Let me check.
Oh, it's hard to say nowadays.
Like no one you can think of
Ah.
that like absolutely peaks in scrims, but not like they play trash in comp, but it's more
not
like
an insult because like they could get to that level if they're showing that in scrims. There's a possibility they can produce it on game day. So you're not saying they're bad.
Right.
They just got a
Mhm.
mental block right now on game day.
I don't actually really think about that. I mean, I don't
No.
really.
When I'm in the moment, I think about it, but right now I can't.
Oh, sometimes we absolutely peaked on we scrim complexity in scrims, but
I
we
mean,
never played
they're-
a match, so it's hard to tell.
No,
They are
yeah,
enough
complexity.
to
Oh my god!
I thought they were gonna like
bro.
top 4 the first
No,
regional.
minimum.
me too.
I thought they were top 2. I'm not gonna
dude,
lie.
I thought with the CR pickup, I thought they were about to.
No,
be
CR and
so good.
scrims is
No.
God.
Is he a demon?
I mean, I give him the benefit
he's
of the
still
doubt,
good
though.
though. Like I'm not
Yeah, that's
saying.
yeah.
I mean, I think they
It-
just. I don't even know what happened to them actually.
His father the day before had to go to the hospital, so they canceled
Yeah.
scrims that day before. So they came into that
Yeah.
Friday with like no practice, and then obviously
Yeah.
that situation's
I mean-
rough, so you're not gonna be playing your best.
And they went 3-0 last weekend to get in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
That's
they came out. Who did they lose? They lost to someone like kind of like random first
They lost to
round.
Furia first round in the first regional.
Oh, I'm thinking
Yeah, because that was like the best match of the.
they went. They
round
started
one.
0-2 though.
They
They
lost
lost
to
to
Seoul.
Seoul.
They lost.
That
to
team.
Yeah,
Seoul.
was a
That's
Seoul,
like
wow,
yeah.
that's like a ranked like just straight
And
up
then-
ranked demon
ranked
And
squad.
then they
but-
went.
Yeah.
They went all 5 with Rogue and Dig, and Optic, but then lost Optic in game round 5.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe I just think they got unlucky, like CR specifically, like all the stuff he was going through. Because before the regional, bro, I thought they were top 4 minimum. Like they were hard peaking, and they grind more than like every other team.
Was that the team going in that you guys were like these guys are peaking, or was it someone else?
We wanted to avoid him for sure.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna. I thought they were like looking for like pushing the top, like be a top 5 like overall in
Yeah.
the split. But I mean, they still can, but they're obviously in a rough spot. Like,
Mhm.
they have to like peak in one of these regionals to make it.
Yeah.
Who was looking the best then coming in off season, coming into regional 1?
It's probably just G2, or I thought maybe
G2.
or Space. I had Space Station
Yeah.
2. 'Cause they fucking.
I
shit on
think-
us with
yeah.
usually.
I think we were looking mad good, like off season, and even like leading up to before we played like that one series. I think we were looking mad good.
Oh, I remember watching you guys on the Swiss day. You guys look really good.
hmm
I messaged Rob after it was like that good. So,
Yeah.
goddamn. I'm
Space
so
winning
you guys
surprised
really
me
good.
too. I mean, I thought they were good,
Yeah.
but I thought it would be Space
Honestly,
Station 2 final. But
I just think. Did you watch it? Did you watch the series?
What shoes?
The
When you lost?
phase
Like
no,
you-
the phase G2 one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Phase were just all mechanically like first killer were scoring like the weirdest angle double taps. Sip is just peak like yeah.
Sip was playing insane.
Nah,
That was the best
yeah.
I've been playing in like a while.
Yeah.
I mean, they played them in the tournament and they got smoked in the Swiss, so it was 3-1.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't really close. And then it's just, I think Rock League is just that type of game where like
Yeah.
you're just feeling it. You're just gonna
He's good on the
outpace
day.
everyone.
He's better on the
Yeah.
day.
So, didn't FaZe win the first regional last season?
Yeah.
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 So
First and last.
is this first? I mean, sorry, is this new team? Like, obviously everyone's talking big things. Obviously they won the first regional, but they also did it last season. They were still obviously a great team, but they weren't world, best in the world or anything like that. What do you see with this new team with Miss though? Do you see the potential for them to be better than with AJ at their peak?
Me personally, yeah. I think if Sipigo is playing the way he's been playing, because Miss is like a natural third man. AJ was kind of like forced into that third man role, I guess. So it's kind of awkward at times. They would like double commit on the most random stuff. But now it's like Sipigo has more space to like be that second man and let First Killer just run around the field and cut it off like 800 times. So I think they'll be a lot more consistent and just better in general.
Yeah.
Was FaZe looking like a regional winning team
Yeah.
going into it? Like
Yeah.
they're looking
Yeah.
pretty good?
Yeah, they always have that like in them. Like they can win any event they're in.
They have FK, bro. They have FK. Any team with FK is always a regional.
First cover, yeah. I mean, he won regionals in RLCS with
bro.
I mean, they were good back then, Turn and Turco, but First cover definitely made them look better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, show the cat. Rob, show the cat.
Come on, then.
You can't get away with the cat flashing its tail, but not showing it to the camera.
Is that Luna?
Luna, Lily.
Just pulls out a random name.
That's tough, bro.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
That's a cute little face. A little light streak on his face. I like that. But with Mist, look, do you think that, you know, he's always got the Build a Bear workshop, doesn't he, on his teams? He's always creating, drafting his best team. Is this peak phase? Is there a you know, something else that come from this team, or is this sort of like, all right, this is your opportunity now. You've got Mist on your team. You know, no excuses, sort of thing.
I think this is their best opportunity, just because I feel like Miss is just really consistent. Like you'll always get the same Miss pretty much every time, and Sipigo's been getting better like each tournament. So I think this is their best chance.
What are the odds FaZe makes a roster change again before Worlds?
Before Worlds, bro. Like I mean, it depends. Yeah, I mean,
it's a long season, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
It obviously all depends on how well they do. It's the same thing with Moist.
Yeah.
Moist is that team as well. We're like, oh, they're confident to, you know, be competent meta or whatever, or good vibes meta. But once you lose, it's like there's certain mentalities. It's gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if FaZe gets another like third, fourth out of major, like I wouldn't be surprised. Like I think they'd have to pass that for it till even like second. I'm not sure, but like winning would be the only way. I'd probably be safe being like, yeah, they'll probably make it, but they're probably not gonna go through and win every major. I mean, no one's gonna do that. So there's always a chance. I feel like there's a good chance they don't. This roster doesn't make it the entire season.
Wow.
Honestly, I think that like FaZe, I don't know, bro. I think they maybe get a major, but like it also depends on like the free agent pool, because like in NA, like who are you gonna pick up to replace like Miss? Like that'll fit that role better. That's like a third man, and like that'll make First Killer comfortable. Like there's not many players unless like players leave teams or like, you know.
So you're saying their expectation, right, like is number one? Is that just like a phase thing? You think that if they're not, they wouldn't be happy unless they're winning at least?
I mean, First Killer said that. First Killer said that like he's never been happy with like being third and fourth, and he always wants to win. So like if they go through like 2-3 majors before and they don't, maybe they get like a third, fourth, a top 8, and then it's just like, all right, like we're not a LAN team now. We need to pick up a LAN player. Like it might be something like that, but like never know.
What are your teams and expectations like? What would you guys be? Let's just go first major. Like let's hypothetically, we're all the first major. Everything's like what would you be happy with first major of the season in terms of results?
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be happy with anything besides first, just because like I've gotten like third and like fourth, and it's just I mean, like no one's gonna remember you being third or fourth, bro. It's just like maybe you get more money, but like if you don't win, it literally means nothing. Like no one remembers the placings from like the spring major and like the fall. Like no one remembers that unless you just like win. So
yeah, people only remember the finals and only talk about the finals after the tournament's over. Or like unless like they'll talk about the players that played really good and they'll talk about the final match pretty much. And I mean, yeah, obviously we're just trying to make it right now because we're tied with 4 teams for 5th technically. But after that, I mean, yeah, try to make the finals and hopefully win. I mean, our best placement at a major is 3rd. Same with Arsenal too. So at least make the finals for me. Like just
that's what I'm
do
saying.
better than that. obviously want to win when you're there too. But
You lost to what was it, Gen.G in the quarters this on the weekend or last couple of weeks ago, whenever it was. So I guess good segue to that team. Were you guys confident going in that matchup? Like, how are they looking? Obviously, the other new team we've talked a little bit about FaZe, but this seems like another top 4 contender. They made a grand final. What are your thoughts on Gen.G?
Gen.G surprised me because most people weren't rating them that highly. Like the highest you'd see them rated was like just outside the top 5, maybe squeaking in the top 5. So getting second is like crazy. But I mean, they performed to that level. Like I definitely got to give it to them. And we were just also like pretty off like the whole weekend, to be honest. Like we saw that matchup and we felt lucky because it was like them, because we went 3-2, so it was either them, FaZe, or G2, I'm pretty sure. Or SSG, G2, I don't remember. And I mean, we still got smoked, so I can't really say we were lucky. But at the time we thought we got a good matchup.
Is that like, are they honeymooning right now? Because I only had like 4 days of scrims going in, at least in America. Like it was pretty, they didn't really have much time to like sharpen up or get anything on. Or do you just think that they're going to be a really good team?
I don't even think they're honeymooning. I think they're just all like, Jack is actually grinding the game. Like he wasn't grinding last season. I mean, I've seen him say that himself. Like he would always be on like 30, 40 hours. But now he's on like, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure he was like over 100 and he's playing insane. And then Chronic is, finally getting a chance with like an actual like team and system. So he's obviously, I feel like he's already improved a lot over like the few weeks. And Nolly's always been good. I mean, he's been around for a while. So
what's the deal with Chronic? Like I feel like none of the NA boys, obviously he touted. He's a good individual, young mechanical player. But like he wasn't, no one was looking to pick him up, top team, stuff like that. Obviously Gen.G's took a stab at him. Like, what are you guys' thoughts on him going in? Because I feel like, I don't know if he's underrated but he was just sort of around the mark, not really, looking to make a splash at the top.
He definitely had like, people have always looked at him, I feel like, but he always wanted a team 2-piece. And then they finally split up. Like I remember I saw a Stumpy tweet. He was like, I don't know if you guys saw it, but he was saying how no one in NA gave Chronic a chance, and now 2 EU players came over and picked him up, and got top 2. Like he tweeted that after the regional. But like I remember 2 years ago, we literally asked Chronic right after he turned 15 to try with me and Gimmick after we kicked AXB. So and he said no. Like he was like no. I don't want that out.
Yeah, I never actually got
we
that.
We gave him his chance. We gave him his opportunity.
Yeah, I never got that because literally NA is the region that did it the most compared to EU. Like Beast Mode is a prime example of like getting a shot when what was that team called before Flight, where they went 0-9 and then they pick him up.
Yeah.
I mean, we picked up Daniel. Like, I mean, you guys picked up Beast Mode when he took a season or took a split off, and he look you guys now, and like even like First Killer, Rogue picked up First Killer. Like I think NA like doesn't have a problem picking up and comers. It's always been done.
The good twos players always get picked up.
Yeah, exactly.
The really good ones, unless they're like somehow not liked. But there's none that are. I don't think there's any that are really like that are good enough.
Aqua got picked up too by Rogue.
Yeah, Aqua too. Yeah, everyone gets picked up.
Aqua was a riskier one because like I don't know, he wasn't like as highly rated as like a Daniel or Beast Mode. But we tried him out too. Like we knew he was pretty good, but he needed like some forming.
Paying attention to Aqua, like Rogue and Aqua specifically, like this season so far?
I saw Gyro Psycho. That's pretty good.
Have either of you guys scrimmed that team?
We don't scrim them anymore because they'll troll us. They troll scrims. That's one thing.
Is that who Calm be tweeting about?
I think Calm tweeted about them once. I mean, the reason we blacklisted them is because they already trolled us a bunch, and then Aqua respawned and spawned back in to rotate back. Like he in our scrim he respawned to get back and then save the shot we put on net. So we just
he a little change team action.
Yeah, so we left the scrim. Like haven't scrimmed them since. That was like months ago. So
fair enough.
I'm gonna instigate.
Yeah, they should probably stop doing stuff like that.
I heard there's also another team that is getting under people's skin. Do you guys want to let me know who that team is, or do you want me to?
Probably already did know.
Wait,
I've heard there's a team. There's some teams that aren't showing up to scrims, maybe. Or
I mean, I don't have to be VR. I don't have any affiliation. There are people complaining last regional.
I saw a Reddit
on the days. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I honestly don't even know what that was about.
I thought it was FaZe.
Nah,
Yeah, I thought it was FaZe.
Yeah, I know who he was. I know who he was talking about, and it wasn't FaZe. It was just bad timing, and everyone thought it was FaZe.
Oh.
But it's
But
not.
did
I'm
FaZe
not gonna
also do
say.
that?
I'm not gonna say who he was talking about. But I haven't had a bad
I
experience
honestly
with
don't
that
even know
team.
who he was talking
I
about.
haven't had a bad
Wait,
experience.
wait,
with
can you
that
give
team.
me a wait? Can you give me a hint? Is it like a top team, like a top 5 team?
Let me.
No,
let
no,
me.
not
Let me.
at
I
all.
want to put it in the
Not-
chat,
alright.
and I want to open up to
It's like a
you.
team.
Wait, the chat. Where's the
What?
chat?
Wait, what chat?
Chat box in the chat in the
Oh,
voice chat.
Misty boy, Misty boy. Ooh.
Can you see it? The studio. Click open chat.
Nah, Miss already told me who it was, bro.
Oh, is that true? There you go. Anyway, we're doing some secret.
Yeah.
We're doing some
I
secret
give you-
dealings
I
over
give
here.
you-
They did that to
like-
us yesterday. They did it to it yesterday.
Oh, come on, then,
the same
name
person.
names. What's going on?
Wait, did we scrim them yesterday?
We were supposed to, and then
I don't have a problem with that
so-and-so
team now.
disappeared.
But
Damn.
I mean, you guys want me to call them out? I don't care.
No.
I
that's
really
not very
don't
PR,
care
bro.
either.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest.
Yeah.
it's not that big of a
Go
deal,
on,
to be
Chrome.
honest. I just didn't want to be the
Go
one to
ahead,
say
Chrome.
it.
This isn't the CJ show for nothing.
All right. Well, we were supposed to scrim Dignitas, but Drees didn't show up, so I don't know what the reasoning was, but that's the first time they've ever canceled on. We scrimmed them like at least 2 or 3 times before the regional. But if that's who Reddles was talking about, I mean, I don't know. So, but canceled on us.
I've
Not my
heard,
boy, dude. Not my boy.
I've heard this has happened before with this team. They have cancelled another stream, so they need to get their act together. That team. What did they come? They came 13th. Is that correct? Yeah, 13th out of Swiss. Obviously a late pickup with the old. And they moved back to NA. The last time they were in NA, Dignitas, was that like Turtle, Chicago?
Chicago.
Oh yeah, Turtle,
Zolhe.
Zol in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
With
That was actually a good team for the time. But then they like choked. I
bro,
think.
they peaked on us in Leipzig.
Yeah, they were nuts at that. At that win.
What do
We
you
got-
say?
we
You
got
guys lost to them?
Yeah, we
They got
lost to them, and then we had to
Like,
we had a
quarters,
perfect
right?
sweep rogue or something to
no.
make it out of.
And that's giving
out
you
of
got second
groups.
in, right?
Yeah, we beat
Oh,
them.
yeah, and
we
then you
beat them in playoffs.
Wait, how?
But we lost to them in groups on day
Wait,
one.
which Leipzig was that? Second
The
one?
First
one.
First
First
one
one.
when you were subbing in for
Yeah, and
Justin,
then you guys peaked on us. JNAS
Yeah.
peaked on us.
after
with
you peaked on
Logic,
Chrome.
NRG.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
no,
smoked
perfect.
by PSG, and then we got
Perfect.
smoked by NRG.
Perfect swept Chrome Classics. Or no, Jacob. Jacob
was-
and Gabe.
Jacob
was
Chrome
Jacob
and
and Gabe.
Classics. Oh
Is-
no,
What a-
Gabe.
What a team.
There's about 90% of the chat who have no idea any of the names we've just been throwing out. But that's a good segue. I want to go back a little bit to when we're talking about picking up the youth, picking up Chronic. Because, we said how NA have always done it. I feel like the first time this was done in North America was when NRG picked up Justin, pre-season 5. And obviously then they nearly won a Worlds. Got the grand
There's a
final.
counterpoint to that though.
What?
Yeah, that's probably one of the first ones.
They didn't pick him up till Justin had already qualified for RLCS.
That's true, but he still was
I
on
mean-
a non-top 8 team.
I mean, technically it was top
it's
8 because
technically,
RLCS was top 8 back then.
I mean, but people knew about Justin before that season. I mean, I tried to pick up Justin,
yeah.
but he wanted a team with Insol and Johnny at the time. But then Insol got the spot for Rogue, so they picked up Lachinia. So he just stuck with his team that he was playing with. I mean, he had options too. I think he probably thought at that time he's gonna make RLCS because that's when they first started doing RLRS.
There's a few players you consider like young pickups back in the day, but they were all known. Like JNAP's getting picked up by like G2, had never been in
Yeah.
RLCS before, even though they should have made RLCS like season 2 with Selfless.
Yeah.
There's probably a few more.
I mean, the reason I'm going that way is because it that was a situation where, NRG felt like they need to make a move, and I'm going straight back. Are we running it back now? Where 4.5 years later, I guess, nearly 5 years later of that roster, is this now the time for the not the general anymore, just NRG to perhaps look for some young talent to inject into that roster? What are you guys' thoughts on that team?
Wait, who?
NRG.
If they don't make them,
Bro,
if they don't,
Arsenal's too distracted by chat. Listen,
Nah,
I'm
bro,
just saying,
stop loving me, nah, man.
if you're listening to this after the fact, you're missing out on live chat. That's actually like
Yeah, they
it's-
can see it though. They
it's,
can see it
it's
in the
a
middle.
hoot right now. I mean, if you're listening,
Yeah, sorry, if you're
you're listening,
listening,
you
I
can.
gotta see chat. Make sure as well, if somehow you've only found this on Spotify or something, there is a Google. It is on YouTube. If you do want to watch the video feed. But yeah, let's get back to a comment. NRG, what's going on? Do they need to inject the young talent like they did with Justin in season 5?
I just can't think of there's no like up and coming player right now. Like there's no wave of young players right now. They're all picked. Like it was Chronic and 2-piece, but it
They
was just
gotta go to
they're-
EU, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Got a snake somebody across the pond.
Who could
Mm.
they take from you?
NA's try.
You have someone in your head when you say that?
EU.
I mean, EU's making roster changes
about,
every split, so might be an opening, but
That's
know.
Smokes guy. The guy
Who?
Smokes?
Wait, no, they just pick up creams.
Creams.
Nah, he's the NA Seiko, bruh.
What?
Creams has been
Yeah.
playing good,
What
but
team?
they didn't make any originals.
Oh.
I mean,
He's
it's
on low-
hard.
he's on low
I
step,
mean,
though.
it's really hard to pick up like players who are not even under contract, like those type of players, because they're not really like predominantly like twos players, and usually like that's just a good indicator on who's really really good. Because like
You're
all the
saying-
good players now are under contract, so it's hard to like get new talent and buy them out. Because
You're
yeah,
telling-
you have to have the cards fall into your place when it comes to that stuff, or
You're
disagreeing
saying-
on stuff.
You want NRG creams?
Hey,
I don't know if
honestly-
I don't know if that's the solution, but
yeah, maybe
is
not.
good.
But creams is so good, bro.
but the thing is, he's not like young. I don't think
He's not.
Like, I don't think so.
No, hasn't he been around?
He's
I
been
don't
around.
know.
Yeah, he was the torrent
yeah.
or the Alpine torrent sub for like 2 years.
Yeah, he's a super
He's
sub.
18, bro.
God
Oh,
dang,
okay.
yeah, he's washed, bro.
I thought he was a little older.
I honestly
Dude,
thought
yeah,
Torrent should have put him in permanently.
18's when you start going up like over the hill a little bit. You know?
Over the
You start
hill.
going down.
Someone said get the
I'm
piece.
far
Someone
over
said
the
snack
hill.
the piece, bro.
Put in Johnny.
I'll be lit.
Chief
So-
beef, actually, chief beef. Yeah,
Chief
What
beef
are-
is
what are
so
the-
good.
chief beef would bring some good controlled Rocket League, some
I don't,
clinical
I
Rocket
don't,
League.
I don't win
team.
against that man. Bro's good.
He's like alpha kept like on crack, like he just hold it down. He plays like more like alpha kept than alpha kept does.
He's alpha. He's like alpha with Daniel mechanics. Just a perfect player.
All right, now you're capping.
No,
now you're
Daniel.
capping.
Let's
Yeah, I
say
agree.
you're the let's put personal relationships aside. You're the GM, you're the team manager of
I'm
NRG,
the
and
GM.
you're bringing in let's say you're bringing in Chronic just for the sake, because obviously Gen.G did that. You're bringing in
Okay.
Chronic. This isn't who's the worst player on the team or who's not looking good. It's who would fit best with, bring in a young mechanical player. Who are you replacing on NRG to bring in that and get back to top four? Top five?
Energy. I mean,
Yeah.
Chronic plays a similar role to Squishy. Like
Yeah,
he's a third man. He plays like a third man on Gen.G, I would say. But he's more aggressive and he controls or he like air dribbles a lot more and stuff.
Mhm.
I mean that would be the best fit. I'm not saying
I
exactly.
think
that's what I would
I'm gonna
do,
go a
but-
different direction. I'm gonna go with the Gare Bear. Just because, like, I don't think Squishy should be in that third man role. Like, I don't know why he's in that role. I feel like he's not even like the least mechanical on his team. He should be second man, like filling in the gaps.
I mean, the thing about NRG when they were really good is Justin used to play like a lot of third man, but they would also be more even than they are now. It's weird. Like their play style has like regressed or something. And maybe
Yeah.
they're overthinking it, but I don't really know.
I mean, I swear, whenever we scrim them, I feel like they're always playing a different play style. Like one
Yeah,
game
facts.
or one day, Squish will be playing first man, and then the next scrim we play them, he'll be third man. So I don't know like what's going on in that department.
And it's not like they're trying out new play styles. You think is it inconsistency or they're trying new things? Do you think?
I think it's a little bit of both, right?
Nah, I don't even know what they're trying because like I watch their scrims and I watch their matches and like it don't look like they're trying to do what they do on scrims. Like they're so like just cringing scrims like they just like play really demo heavy and like they're I don't know they don't like go for demos a lot in the tournament because they try to play like really safe and just all retreat back and they just get countered.
That was like the biggest thing when we scrimmed them. It was like they would get mad that we would demo them, but for some reason we could never demo them in competition, almost as if they're like playing more safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see.
No,
where it comes
they
from
were the
that.
team in Season X that cried about demos and all that because like literally they were the team that played midfield and if you never hit the ball to them, they get upset. And then when they'd sit in net in defense, and then you're like forced to demo them because it's like impossible to squad a team like that.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, now you have to demo. These teams are like doing the same thing.
Is getting rid of Sizz, like, is that copium? I know Sizz sort of talked about in his video that they just need to look for a change. I know obviously it just is easier to, wipe the coach out, get a new coach in to try and shake things up. But is that just trying to put a band-aid on a I don't know what to say, on a earthquake? I don't know what you want
on the earth. Bro just naming stuff. No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like Sis had to be the first one to go because it's like it's smarter to remove the coach first and then see if like another coach can like make everything right, so you don't need to drop like any of the players, and then you do like if they still do bad, you get a new player.
We've got a coach in chat saying if they were the coach, they'd stick with the roster and switch role. I think it's easy to say just switch roles, but when you've been a team that's been together since
it's
a little while, like how do you do that? It's all like muscle memory.
That's a bad comment. I'm not gonna lie.
Theoretically, like you'd have to take a long time. Like it's so hard to do that.
Yeah.
That's not like it's not a simple answer like that.
Have you guys seen
they
them
probably
mix it up in
tried that
scrims?
too.
But not
Yeah.
game day.
Yeah.
for sure.
But they
That's
always
what I
end up
meant,
playing
too.
the same.
I think we got
When
8
I
of
watched- When I
Yeah.
watch them play, like they obviously sweep the close calls, but those are teams that you can just like kind of outskill,
Mhm.
outpace. But like when I watched them play, like against like it was like the Fury match, like they're just playing the same. I saw like I've always seen them play, and then Garrett was like playing really well on offense, so they're keeping it close. But like
Mhm.
yeah, they've always like stuck with the same play style. It's kind of hard to like it's super easy in scrims to like change stuff and at least try stuff, but then you get in a
Mhm.
match and everyone
Yeah.
like your
You
old
just revert
habits
back
come
to what you used
back
to.
and like you're just
Yeah.
trying to win. You're just focused on winning, so like it's hard to
Yeah.
focus on just your play style, especially if it's not working in the
Isn't that
moment.
what the
Yeah.
coach is supposed to be there for?
I mean, the coach
Well,
can
I
only do
guess-
so much though.
I
Yeah,
guess it
in that
depends on the
case.
coach too, because like that was my main responsibility, was to make sure they were doing what they were supposed to be doing from scrims.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
like it's kind of like when the nerves and like the pressure and everything, you start feeling like, dang, I really don't want to lose. You go back to what's most comfortable. Like that new thing you might be trying in the tournament might be uncomfortable. So you're like, all right, I'm not comfortable. I want to revert back. And then it ends up not working anyway. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like they just need to commit to something and then just lose with it. And then they'll probably play better next tournament.
yeah.
Is it all playstyle though, or is it just like you look back to when NRG were in form, like they were just outpacing everyone and sort of you were saying, Tom, like outskilling people like they do in the close calls, but now everyone's sort of stepped up. Like it's a new era of the mechanical speed. Like, do you think that they've just struggled to adapt, or like they could change their playstyle, or is like there more to it? They do need to like inject some youth.
I think I mean I'm not sure about a roster change, but or like adding a young player, but I think they've never actually like they're not good against the demo like meta that's been going on for 2
Mhm.
years. Like they cannot dodge demos very well, and they can't demo well. It's not even just they
Exactly.
don't go for them. Sometimes we skim them and they're going for demos, and they just
Mhm.
either get demos that don't do anything or they just miss.
Yeah.
There's like you just dodge it because like most top teams have a player that's like really good at demoing, and they don't have that.
I think that's true.
Yummy sort of brings up a good point. Like it is obviously everyone's talking about NRG because it is they're like the team. They're the team
Mhm.
that everyone sort of thinks about. Like you think that also can't be healthy, or it's not. It's that added pressure, isn't it? I guess it's a similar with
Mhm.
you guys more so. I guess the new space station wave where you guys are the popular team. Like, do you feel that extra pressure to be performing? As one of the top popularity teams.
Yeah, I definitely know what they're going through. Like, having to perform, and then like when you don't, everyone's like against you. But then if you start performing well, everyone's gonna be like on your side again. And it's just like it's really like not good for your mental health. Like when people are just like the whole scene is just against them, and they were just at the top. It's like the biggest drop in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I can personally relate to their situation because I mean, it was like it's very similar to like Cloud9, like
Yeah.
out and we just like couldn't adapt and we're pretty behind. But I think we were probably even more behind than they were, or I was.
Mhm.
But like, there's a lot of pressure. Like I've never felt more pressure as a player than like season 8 and season 9 when
Bro, season
and
8.
kind of RLCS, but like season 8 and 9 were really bad because it was like had the squishy fans down my throat. We didn't win a series. I'm seeing the Twitter mentions. Someone called me like hot dog water. I'll remember that one to this day. I'll remember that to this day. Like I'll never forget that tweet. Opening Twitter after losing to like Kronovi or something, I think, and seeing that. So
Wait, you guys lost the first killer in Kenobi.
yeah, I mean, I threw that series. I remember throwing that series, playing really bad, and then that tweet on my timeline.
You lost to Raul.
I'm pretty sure Crow 1v1'd me to win the series too. Like it was like I backflipped on the challenge. Like I remember it still. And then we lost.
But you beat some good. You 3-0'd NRG.
Oh, we came back that season. That was season 9, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking right now. I'm just kind of glancing.
But we started like 1-4, and it was a rough from the fans. Squishy fans were brutal back then when we started doing bad.
I mean, there's pressure on NRG, but it's nearly harder to even if you're not going well, it still feels harder to make a change because there's even more pressure to do well.
Mhm.
If you know what I mean. Like, do you think? I don't know. It's almost that situation. It's like, hey, do we make a change? But like, then everyone's gone. Like, all eyes are going to be on this new change. That like now we have to be top. Like,
But like,
top 4.
why does that matter though? Like,
True.
if you make the change and like it works, okay, good. If it doesn't work, like I don't know. I'd rather like place better and do better, and then like people are like, oh, they still should be a lot better than like just not going anywhere and just doing continually bad for like the next 6 months.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, they have expectations of always winning. They've always literally won every tournament, so they've never been in this situation other than Squishy. So they've
Yeah.
never dealt with adversity as a team.
Mm-hmm.
So any change would honestly help them.
Yeah, I feel like their biggest problem is like no one's scared of them anymore. Like I feel like that's the only reason why they used to win back then. Like everyone was afraid of like those players. So like everyone, like even me, like we just like own goal and they just score. Like they counterattack
Yeah,
us.
I mean, they've always predominantly been a team that played off other teams' mistakes because
Mhm.
they would lock up
Yeah.
the midfield and then make you panic and then just pass play on you for free.
I
Mhm.
mean, that was their driving force, right? Just how
Yeah.
consistently they never made mistakes.
Yeah.
It's just
That-
kind
now
of
was-
that's BDS now. Like that's their main play style. They're just obviously a lot better at it. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the best in the world. So on land,
Mhm.
especially.
It's crazy how much the mental side of things. Like even you look at FaZe. I was talking to Jack about the grand finals, and even FaZe. Like all of a sudden, because they've been scrimming FaZe or thinking about those players, that they just expected them to start like be insta challenging, be up on them, and they really weren't. Like FaZe was sort of sitting back, and Jack said
Mhm.
they just end up hitting them the ball the whole time. Whereas the other series, against other teams, they sort of like were taking their time, being measured, controlling the ball. But then they come against FaZe, they're like, okay, they're going to be insta challenging. We need to like just get rid of it. Get field pressure, stuff like that, and then that didn't even happen. So
Yeah.
Oh, they for sure played differently. I mean, when we played them in the qualifiers, they're a lot different. But I mean, they're playing G2 first round, so you got to play a certain way against G2. So FaZe usually would play really aggressive, but against G2, they're playing more reserved and catching them in the midfield. And I mean, Gen.G's played them 3 times now, so they're probably expecting like aggressiveness that they've lost you before. But then when you're winning like that against G2, the way they played, they probably kept that same play style going into Gen.G and they got caught off.
if I don't know, I feel it's crazy how much that plays into it. Even I don't know. Even you look at OCE. OCE's never beaten Squishy Muffins, no matter what team he's on. So maybe that's a mental diff. Just OCE's coming against Squishy and they're just dominating. Like
I never
NRG.
lost to OC.
Wait, CJ.
What?
Have you ever lost to Sam?
Nah.
Yeah. Wait, didn't you guys lose to Sam at Montreal?
No. I was what? No,
I swore he said
They played
lost to
NRG
Sam.
at every DreamHack.
I played. Yeah, we didn't
Who
play
Who
Sam.
lost? Who
I
lost to
think
Sam at Montreal?
He's a Sam
Rogue.
Slayer, bro.
Rogue.
I've
Our time with
only.
Campers team.
I think I'm 12-1 in like individual games. No, 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe. I think I've only dropped one game. That was to Team Secret. I've never dropped a game to Furia. I'm 6-0 against Furia. I
He's
think.
got the sauce.
6-0.
Bro, that's so funny to think
Honestly,
about.
though, CJ, you didn't play the club. The club were different gravy. At
True, we
Wildcard.
played
I'm just
Secret.
saying.
Yeah, we got to
Bro.
move. But that's mental stuff. I feel like it's massively, like even we go up to card afterwards. I'd just, be shaking the hands and stuff. And then you'd be joking around after because, those Fury guys are good lads. And
Mhm.
and I think like their coach or something, I was like, what's going on? Like, how do we keep winning? And Card just like tapped his head. He's just like mental diff. Like, and they just come up against us and they're like, oh no. Yeah, Mateus knows. Yeah, it's just mental. I feel like it, they're obviously, a world-class team, but then they come against us, they're like, oh no, it's OCE. Like, we have to beat these guys. And then we just peak on them. And we're like, no, we're not losing to Sam. I wish we had that mindset against every team, but yeah.
I feel like OC teams always destroy themselves with the mental. Like, I feel like it was especially true with like Chiefs. I feel like Chiefs could have been way better than they were. Like, or at least they could have had better results that showed how good they could have been.
I mean,
Well,
Is that just me?
Drip
Yeah, like the OG squad, like
they got
Jake
top
Trippett,
4
Torp.
once. It is like I don't know. It's the same thing like with the Squishy or like we even us. We always play well against Sam, but then we'd come up against like an NRG, and you're just thinking like, oh, we're gonna have to play so well to beat them. But then we come up against like an Optic, who we know like aren't really that hot, and we're like, we can roll Optic, and then we just like beat them. I think it is mental, which is probably why I don't know how much work you're doing like Chrome with. That side of the game with Arsenal. I don't know what his mental strength.
got
He's
mental.
like, he's got the mental.
God, mental. Yeah. Like besides ranked, besides scrims, besides anything but besides tournament, like my mental's only good in tournament. Everything
Yeah,
else is like,
we are really really good in tournament. Scrims we have definitely our off days, but most of the time it's been pretty good with our roster.
It's honeymoon copium chrome.
No, I mean this roster there's like no fighting between players, so that's just a huge benefit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like clash of playstyles either, which is great.
first time in forever. Let's go.
Speaking
Rob
of-
and Arsenal right now are having the time of their life this season. You can tell.
Speaking of
Nah,
fighting
it's
between players, V1 Torment. No, I was joking. Well, how's like, you know, you guys are a team that sort of stuck together pretty early, like locked yourselves in for this season. Obviously got the top 8, but it's pretty competitive. You'd be sort of top 8. I feel like it's past mark, like 5 to 8. You're still, you know, in the top 5 standings for major points. You're gonna have to put together a good event. But I guess what's your team's like mindset going in this season?
I mean, we never really have had like a clash of play styles, or we never really argued that was anything serious. It would normally just be like some disagreements, but usually we're all pretty much on the same page with how we want to play. We're all willing to like try whatever to like if we're like not underperforming. Like we've tried a bunch of different ways to play in scrims and stuff, and I love teaming with these guys. Like they're super easy to team with, honestly. Like easiest team I've ever been on, to be honest.
You guys, I've heard some good things, like not only scrims for you guys. I feel like what I've heard from other NA teams is everyone likes scrimming you guys. Seems like you guys, whether that's you take it the most seriously or stuff, but also like your replays. I saw you guys doing replay analysis and stuff. I don't know. I feel like just that I don't know if it's work ethic or just like your team, I don't know, dynamic. It seems like you guys are pretty hardworking and pretty head down bum up.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, we do replays. Like we did replays for both the series, or not both. Well, we also won one series, but we watched like our Shopify series and like Gen.G series back because those were pretty bad on our end, and wanted to see what we could do better. And then we started playing immediately better. That's the thing. We do replay reviews, and we immediately start playing better in scrims. So it's always like rewarding for us. I feel like.
Do you guys consistently do replay review?
Only like we would do it before like big matches, especially at lands for the team that we're playing, and then we would do it out for if we lost a series or two that we thought were pretty bad, we would watch those. Not like every week kind of thing though. It's more like before and after tournaments, or if we're doing really bad in scrims, we might throw one up because we need to fix something.
You guys are it seems like these two teams here, Chrome. You boys aren't ever trolling scrims, are you anymore? Or is
we
Daniel
never-
still trolling?
I mean, Daniel has his moments, yeah. Like he'll troll. He'll just run around and start playing like first killer, even though that's not how he plays. He'll just go around just jumping for everything. I mean, like that's when we're having fun, so it's okay. But like we've never actually like specifically like hard trolled ever. At least I don't think so.
You guys ever had a team cancel on you or like stop scrims early because they thought you were trolling?
Yeah.
You think so?
No, okay.
I think it's 'cause we're getting beat
not
down.
not this roster, but like past rosters, yeah.
Like we probably did it to you guys last roster. Sometimes it would be troll. I mean, we probably would be trolling our end.
No, yeah, I mean, y'all were trolling us too, bro.
Yeah, because I mean, it all it takes is one team to troll, and then like,
Yeah.
or like you think the other team's trolling, and then both teams will probably be trolling,
Yeah.
and then both teams will blame each other. That's usually how it goes. It's
Yeah.
kind of dumb, but
Scrimmed you guys on that Saturday before you guys played Gen.G and we played Optic, and I felt like you guys were getting super upset. I don't know if it was something.
I don't remember.
His comm started like chasing us like crazy, so I don't know.
I mean, yeah, Com just does that.
It's hard to tell with Com because Com just is very methodical, so it seems like he wants to just like try shit and see if it works.
Yeah, some people think he's trolling, but he'll just be like, he'll just think we're losing and he needs to demo more. But
yeah, we've never had like the beef on Twitter like with Com and Moist or Com and NRG when it comes to the scrims because we don't really ever like when we scrim NRG we don't get trolled or we don't troll them.
Well, so, yeah, the NRG scrims get trolled because he's demoing them.
Yeah,
and they don't like that, obviously.
I heard Jack did say though the other week, Chrome, that maybe Daniel they've scrimmed you guys a couple of times and Dan's been doing some interesting things. But you say it's
We've
just-
had a bad scrim last week after the tournament where it was kind of trolly from when we scrimmed them, but that's because we scrimmed all 3 hours that day, and our first 2 scrims were phenomenal. Then that third scrim, Danny gets a little burnt out, so then he starts messing around, which is one of our problems right now. But that's probably why Jack probably said something like that, because yeah, it was kind of troll. Usually when we get to our third scrim, it's really troll.
I mean, Arsenal, you'd pull him in the line, wouldn't you? You'd pull Rank, one of the senior players. You are the most senior experienced player on the team now.
No cap. Wait, what?
You're the leader. You're pulling Danny in the line.
You're saying you're getting up there. You're gonna start hitting these top 10 oldest players
Yeah.
lists.
Do you feel like your mech's like? If you feel getting like you're getting worse?
No, I'm not gonna lie. It's just like I don't know. I never feel bad mechanically. Like when I'm peaking mechanically, it's like, all right, I'm actually focusing on mechanics and I'm trying to like score and like stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm like following the game plan. So it's like, all right, get a beam. But like I never like when people are just like, oh, like bro, I can't flip reset. I can't get a good first touch. I'm like, I don't feel that problem. It's just like I just don't know if that's what I should be doing. You know what I mean?
Are you feeling more and more like a leader these days?
To an extent, yeah. Like I try, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Who's more of a leader, you or Rob?
Probably Rob.
I mean,
I feel so awkward.
What about in comms? Like in the heat of like like inside a game.
as a collective, everyone's kind of like on the same page with like talking about stuff and being in agreement.
Mm-hmm.
But like when it comes to like scrims or whatever, like the guys are just locked in and just like more so listening. And then every once in a while, if like we're completely lost, we'll all chime in together. Like, well, if we're having like a replay session too, we'll talk about it and agree on like what we want to do.
The leader.
I feel like yeah, in-game leaders only like exist these days. It's always
I mean,
so, like,
you-
even.
They do.
They do, but it depends on if you need it or not. Like if you got a coach already, I feel like you don't really need to have one as long as everyone's like on the same page.
I mean, yeah, you don't really need an in-game leader because the coach can just talk whenever. Like,
Yeah.
the reason
Like,
they have in-game leaders is because the coach can't talk in like CS:GO and whatever.
Even if they're not like actually like leading, but I feel like I could always tell when someone was kind of taking more initiative to like not lead but initiate. Kind of
Like in cons videos or just play style.
I feel like playstyle is like the coach.
Definitely, yeah, not playstyle, more in like like comms or just like bringing up discussion and stuff like that. Like actual like mental / performance ideas and stuff like that.
I think it depends on the team. Like, you probably have teams that players are less vocal. You know, some players just don't talk about stuff. They'll just be like, okay, and then they'll go out there and like hit a couple resets. Like, and then there's some players that will, you know, nitpick everything and bring up everything. So it just depends.
It depends on your team.
There was
Yeah, but a lot of cons video, you don't really hear all the like the background stuff too. Like for us, LJ, he's a very quiet guy in scrims, but when it comes to tournaments, he's like hyping the guys up and like motivating us.
I was an NPC.
Complete night and day person, which is great. And like I said, you don't really need it at IGL as long as everyone's just like vibing. That's all that matters. And if you have a coach that directs you and helps you out, I think that's the way to go.
Do you feel more like online? There's a bit of talk about coaches needing to be in the games, watching the player cams, the player POVs. You're sitting there watching the program feed. You're sitting there just watching the director cam. You feel like less, like you can have less of an impact, or you get less knowledge online, and you need to be in the game.
I mean, yeah, because if you have director cam, you can have moments where like someone's challenging, you don't know where they're positioned originally, so it could be like maybe they're out of position or maybe they're flying from across the world. And you don't know, you can't tell from certain angles, so it's like hard to say like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, or hey, we got to do this better, because you don't really know the full like positioning on the field because you're watching director cam or you're watching auto cam or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, I don't.
Whereas
know.
if I'm watching like a POV, because like at lands I'm sitting behind Dan, I could see literally everyone. Or like if I'm in scrims, I could watch anyone I want to watch. So it allows me to like, see what's
what do
going
you do
on
in
most of the time.
scrims? Do you kind of hover on POVs or do you go director or a mix?
I used to do when I first started coaching, I did like free cam, like all the way to the top of the map type stuff. And then when I coach now, I just do POVs, because at the end of the day, like when we're on lane, I'm gonna be watching POVs. So as we get in the habit.
Back to land. Does he want to know? So for those that don't know, they watch like because the stream's obviously on a delay, so they watch a live feed that's coming like instantly, so they can match it up with comms. But then obviously in the game, so they can't see like player, like you only see what you guys see on stream. So
Yeah, we only
obviously
see
the-
it. Yeah, we just see it live, like with the players, which is nice.
It's a
anyway.
lot better than not having it and having to rely on.
I mean, we don't have it during
Twitch.
Swiss, unfortunately, when they do team streams, so I had to watch on a delay a little bit, which is kind of annoying. But
Oh, I know you could work around that though. Like you could get like whoever's doing production for your stream to give you a feed.
yeah,
That's
but the
what we
guy
did.
doing our production is the guy that's casting too.
Oh.
So we don't have like an actual like dedicated production person.
Like, cause I would have someone like whoever's producing our like the G2 stream, they would give me like the OBS Ninja,
Okay.
and I would watch it through there. I think Sathi does the same. Hopefully, still does.
I'm surprised you can't, like, they haven't added it so you can have coaches in game, but they're just on that one team, like you can only watch your own team. But
I don't get how we don't have RLTV in game yet.
that too.
I don't get a lot of
Like-
things. They should
I
do
mean,
a lot.
Speak your mind, man.
Maybe UE5, maybe UE5. whenever
Maybe
that-
UEFA,
Oh.
but when is it? We
That
don't know
might
when
be
that's
copium.
coming.
That might be
5
just
years from
copium.
now,
Honestly.
10 years from now.
Whenever it comes, it might not come. But speaking of UE5, let's talk about the freestylers. How good are these segues? I want to quickly touch on the freestylers right now because we didn't really talk about them last week, and I want to get these guys not out of the way. But I want to hear a couple of professional opinions right now. We got the freestylers coming up to top right. Tommy talk. We got the freestylers coming up there. They're gaining 1,000 MMR and they can't clip on silvers anymore. And now they're complaining they're versing people that are too good for them. What are your thoughts on the freestylers?
I mean, as a competitive player, I watch their clips and I see the champ, or not even I was gonna say champ. I'll see the bronze 2 in net not going for the ball, and I'm like, that might as well be a free play clip with unlimited or with limited boosts. Like, it's just not even interesting. So just do it on people that are actually good, actually have like thumbs and play the game. Like, not that hard.
Not that hard is crazy. Not that hard is crazy.
I mean, if you're in if you could easily clip on like diamonds and champs, like if you get good enough. Like if you put beast mode in that lobby, you put first in that lobby, he's hitting. They're clipping every time they get the ball. It's just, you gotta get better.
The crazy thing is people like Evample that actually clip on good players are gonna like boom from this. Because freestyle like content
he's like
enjoyers.
SSL, right?
Yeah. He was. I was just watching a video of his where he was playing Sicky in a 1v1, and all of his goals were freestyles. He like limited himself.
I got swept in a 1v1 against Evample, and he just hit like breezy flicks and stuff. So yeah, that was really good. I don't know. Yeah, I like it. That's good tape from you. You came out swinging there. It seemed like there's a bit of hidden passion behind it.
I never even really thought about that, but you said that and it just came to me.
Okay.
It just sparked.
You felt that. You felt that. You felt that.
I feel that's like what we were talking about earlier when you're coming up against Reddles or whatever. Like you hit it deep down. You're like, oh, I don't really care about the freestyle thing. And then you get asked about it. You're like, you know what? These guys.
You know what? Like it.
Oh my God. Arsenal, what are your thoughts on it? Give me a freestyle take.
All right, freestyle take. I'm not gonna lie. Like some of the shots they do, it's like they're okay. There's no way you're hitting that in like certain type of lobbies, so you might as well go in like private match. But then the other ones, I'm like, bro, you could hit that like in like an SSL lobby. So it's just like, I don't know. You're kind of ruining other people's experiences who just want to like when you're new to the game, you just want to like drive around and jump at the ball. Like they don't want to sweat, and you're just like clipping on them. And they can't even touch the ball. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Just go in private match. Like the clip's gonna be the same. Like that person's not saving the ball anyway. Like that, whoever's in that. So might as well do it in a private match, bro.
What if do these freestylers play casual at all?
They all play casual.
So that's why they got banned for smurfing. They smurfed in casual, right?
They're swerving in casual.
Yeah, because there's some sweats in casual if your rating gets too high from like winning.
Oh, yeah, I got bought by casual.
I mean, most of my Rocket League playing is actually playing with. I play with Crow, and we go freestyle in threes in casual. We play against like 2K rated players. Actually, crazy.
Yeah, there's hidden MMR in casual, but it's the same thing as ranked, pretty much.
I don't know. I can agree. I think that like what they're doing, they could just hit in free play, but I just think that they don't think it looks as cool. I guess that you're doing it in free play. You need to have it like it feels more legitimate doing it in a casual match, even if you're using bronzes. I think that's like the mindset.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but like, I mean, and the people that watch it, a lot of people that watch it wouldn't know the difference, like from a bronze defending that just sits in net versus like an actual decent player. But like good players now. Like you can tell. Like you watching, you're like that guy did not even put a hand up. Like
The funny thing about like the more they complain, it's one of those things, like say if you get given a nickname, the more you complain about it, like Top Right Tommy, the more you get called Top Right Tommy. But it's the same with freestyles. The more they complain about these guys bumping in casual or even in that game, the more that
That's
person
so
is gonna
cringe.
want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, or they're gonna want to take their boost or challenge in the air.
yeah, and those guys don't want to get clipped on. Like the freestylers just want them to let themselves get clipped on, but like no one wants to get put in a montage.
No cap.
Hey, speaking of put a hand up, you guys remember that Torment clip?
Talk-
Oh, it went hard,
Talk
bro.
me through this situation. What happened here? We've got
We got
BDS
5K
guys
likes?
saying you got no mech.
Oh, the BDS
Yeah,
clip.
talk me through this.
5K.
Dude, I mean, it didn't look like the only one that was actually looked like he was actually trying to name me the least mechanical player was Mew, which kind of messed up. And he also like blasted me in an article, kind of. So bro does not like me or something. Bro does not think I'm good or something. But they did 4-0 us and almost perfect sweep us. But I just remember that clip. I mean, that was like 2 days before they almost perfect swept us. So kind of doesn't really matter. But I thought it'd be funny, so I just popped it up. I've only hit 2 double resets ever in like a game, and that's one of them too. Like I'm not a double resetter. I don't know how that happened.
What came first, the tweet or the clip?
What?
Did you have like an idea for a tweet and you're like grinding trying to get a clip, and then you got one, or did you get the clip and you and like made a tweet
Well,
about it?
I just saw that video. Like I think it was GC in Disguise like tweeted it, and I saw it, and I immediately thought back to because that double reset was at Worlds. It was like a World Scrim. So I just immediately thought back. I had the replay saved, and I was like,
So
I was
the
never
clip
gonna
existed.
post it. Yeah, I did that at Worlds Scrims. I don't know, and
Damn.
I don't know how I did that. I guess I was just peeking, but I just thought it'd be funny.
See, to me, that's like infinitely more impressive because you've done it over BDS, which is, I guess, going back to the freestyle thing. The comp, hitting stuff in comp, for me, is infinitely more impressive, but it is just a different thing. It's like, you're looking at the COD, I don't know, trick shotters versus sick comp play. It's just a different style. But speaking of almost basically freestyling in comp, we got to talk about Jahzo on the weekend hitting the first, I guess you'd say, psycho.
That was crazy.
In an
That was
RLCS game
golly.
in quals. Like, is that the future right now? We're starting to get to that level.
Yeah.
We're hitting psychos.
It's gonna. I'm seeing people in my ranked games go for them like constantly. It's gonna get to the point where people can replicate it consistently. There's already a few players like I can tell you, Beast Mode can hit it almost like can get maybe not score it, but he can hit the skim almost every time.
Yeah.
And
Damn,
it's just gonna get to the point in a year or two from now. It's like most players are gonna be able to. That's gonna be like a skill that most players are gonna have.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. I might be gone by
Yeah.
then.
How do you defend it too, bro?
Imagine
gone by then.
counter attack, bro. Imagine you get counter attack. You're like, only one back. He hits off his backboard, redirects it like to the other crossbar, and then hits a lot shot. I'm
Yeah, to
like,
be third man, you have to be able to psycho. Like,
No, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
We
yeah.
looked at Scrim G2 and Dan went for it like 3 times in a row, and G2's like sitting all the way in their net.
Yeah, it's
So
hard
you
to
know, I'm gonna
do.
get
That's my
clipped on.
boys. That's my boy. No longer a defensive like weakness, bro.
That's like the Cook's bench style. Like, it brings that different dynamic. You see someone like going like hitting the ball to the wall, and then that third man's instantly like, all right, I got to watch that just in case. These absolutely slings.
Honestly, it depends on the player though. Like if you see Beast Mode or Dan going for it, you're like, all right, bro. Like you gotta go back. But like most players, bro, you go wait for the miss because they're gonna miss like every time.
I almost got
You
psyched
know
on in rank today.
what's
No.
crazy?
It was like oath, like from a crew. He went for one, and I gave it no respect, and it was going in my net, but it was like a little too slow, so I got back. But I was like what the fuck? Like everyone's just whipping him out. Like it's just kind of scary.
I'm not gonna lie, Torment. Like out of everyone I see like get cycled on, it's always you, bro. Like even Calm. Like,
Hey, I got second on twice.
That's so funny, bro.
One was LJ and one was Beast Mode. And then one of Beast Mode's I was on his team, so I've been in the lobby for quite a few psychos. But yeah, I just go straight back to net now. Like if I see them hit it off if you see a player hit the ball off their own backboard, you already know what they're doing.
Nah, bro.
You
No
gotta
way
be
I'm
there for
giving
the
them that
whiff,
much
though,
respect.
surely.
No, yeah.
Hey, that's why you got LJ behind you, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna get to the point where the whiff is not gonna be common.
See,
Gotta
honestly,
be ready for that.
don't be surprised when I'm pre-jumping Dan Psycho. Like I'm pre-jumping right, he's gonna Psycho to me right.
Imagine
would be
That would
crazy.
be that would be
we
the
had
best
to prepare
player.
for we had to prepare for Rogue because we're playing Gyro, the first player to do it
He's
in
gonna
the tournament.
bro,
So we're kind of a little spooked there. Might clip on us.
To be fair, the defense, the Charlotte Phoenix defense. I mean, there was no defense. Like they were just 3-man in their half. I mean, who expects that? But like,
Yeah, but who expects that from Gyro too?
If you're kind of like monkeying, like no thought process whatsoever, and they hit it towards their backboard, you're kind of like creeping up anyways to try to take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not thinking right, like if you're not.
Yeah, but usually a team would have someone a little further back than they did. Like he was past the midfield line as third, and then there was no one else with him. No one on the ball. It was weird.
That's fair.
I mean, it's not. It was a close qual team, you know, so they weren't like
Who
they didn't
expects
have the
it?
best, they didn't have the best rotations.
Bro, that's so true. Like it was Gyro that hit it. Like no offense to Gyro, man.
Yeah, why
No
y'all
offense to
talking
Gyro.
about
Gyro
Gyro was
Y'all
like
didn't see his gyro
mechanical
junctures.
on his
No,
on his
Gyro's
day, he's
mechanical, but he's never the type of player to go like for like mechanical
I
stuff.
mean, I've literally never seen him go for a psycho before.
Like if I'm worried about that team, I'm worried about Aqua going for that because Aqua is always like going for.
He must have like sat in free play over the last few weeks and just grinded them.
It's not backtrack.
Honestly,
I think he's grinding.
honestly,
no. Gyro,
PR
he'll
here,
go for
bro.
he has a clean double tap. You know, some flip resets here and there, but like, you never expect him to go for like a psycho. You know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Gyro's bad, but like out of the people on that team, like if you told me someone on Rogue hit a psycho, like actually, like you'd say Aqua,
I mean, yeah.
right?
I don't think I've seen Aqua go for one though, but maybe he.
No, but like, well, I guess that's true.
Yeah, based off like mechanics, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
pure
people really
ability.
don't. People really don't go for them in tournaments. Like you see, like I see
I'm
it
going
ranked
for
every
it.
game. I see
About to
one ranked
start.
every game, but people really don't do them.
I
Probably
swear,
this season.
if I see Arsenal actually like pop off a ceiling pre-jumping a Dan Psycho,
Team 5 OT, Arsenal's whipping out the psycho.
I want to see
I
that.
think
Like,
so,
bro.
it's free clip. Like
if that
Arsenal,
happens,
he can just control it to the corner, take it up wall, free ball. But no, he's like decides last minute to go for a psycho.
Arsenal will be the type of player who'll watch Danfor. He'll race the other team's net to steal the goal. That's
honestly. Honestly, I feel like tomorrow's my day to hit a psycho. Like clip this right now. It's gonna be game 5 overtime, and I'm gonna go for a psycho
on Gyro.
Yeah,
You're gonna get Gyro with that last first man.
Yeah.
We're not going to game 5 with them. No, we're gonna 3-0.
No. I'm saying like wait, wait. What did I say? I'm saying like when he hits it, it's gonna be on Gyro as first man.
Honestly, I'm gonna hit the best psycho tomorrow. Mark my words.
Bro,
I'm going for it every time.
The memes, if you whiff, or the hit rate is like 10%.
Imagine I own goal. Imagine I go for a psycho.
You go too high and redirect it down.
I swear,
I
swear, I've seen a TikTok clip of you doing that exact thing.
I have. Bro, I did it like 5 times. Bro, I do it like every time, bro. Like
honestly,
I go for it as
from my POV, it's the worst thing as a coach watching that because like it's like not the best play to do, but someone's still gonna go for it. Just because it's flashy.
I'm actually picturing it now. You hit like the corner, you hit it too high, so it bounces down, but you think it's coming straight out, and then you just redirect it down into your net.
Yeah, it looks so risky.
Yeah, I mean, if you pull the memes on that, if you like stuff that up and like somehow cost your team the series, so funny. But I wish you the best. I wish you the best of luck with that.
I feel like I have to go for at least one time though. Like
you have to now.
At least one time, right?
Yeah,
you just do it when like a teammate's back or something.
That's what I'm saying. Actually, yeah. Once they're both back, bro.
Reynolds with an own goal. Oh no.
Oh yeah, we'll get those comments if something like that happens.
Yeah.
That's a good segue then to this weekend. You're talking about popping off tomorrow. So tomorrow we do have the Swiss stage. Yeah, it's just yeah. I'm still getting the format around my head. I've literally done this regional before, but we've got the Swiss stage tomorrow coming up. Let's have a look at the quick lineups that we've got. For those listening at home playing along, we've got Space Station v Rogue round 1, and then for the top right Tommy, he's got the man that keeps leaving him in Scrims Dignitas that he's not really happy about. But
not me. That was all Riddles and Chrome.
Yeah, I'll let you go with that one. Swiss stage, how do you guys want to go? Come on then, we've got a couple of SSG boys in here. We need some hot takes. Obviously, anything can happen. Tell me about this regional this weekend. How you guys want to look? Give me the hot takes.
Depends on our car, honestly. Like if we go Octane or Finnick, probably going like round 5, right?
That's how you started. Just depends.
No. Yeah, if we go Dominus, probably perfect sweep in every team, and I'm hitting the psycho.
Are you saying a full team swap or just you?
Wait, can I? Chrome, can I?
No, you're not using Dominus. That ain't happening, bro.
No, Oh, but I actually peek it up,
I
bro.
let Typical use Dominus on land. We got smacked my energy, so
I'm telling you right now, Dominus is the worst card to go to for like a single series or less.
it's
like-
no one plays it
you
anymore.
You can't go to a worse card than Dominus. Like you can go to
Where-
Ghostbuster and have a better time than Dominus.
Where'd he go?
We
Where
lost
did I
Arsenal.
go, bro.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
audio off.
We
Off.
good. We
You
can
Sorry.
hear
you close
Am
your
I
OBS,
back?
Ninja.
Your OBS.
I'm
Yeah.
back. Welcome back, Arsenal. Let's go.
I think you're back. Are you back in the OBS? Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, he is.
You have
Oh,
to dude.
Maybe I have to
whatever.
reboot it.
Yeah, there's no worse card than Dominus. You go like Ghostbuster, you go Merc, but Dominus, like, bro, I had 3 players all go to Dominus, and all tell me after like make sure I don't go to Dominus.
I remember Chicago used to have like the biggest internal conflict with the Dominus.
Rizzo too. Both of
He used
them.
to-
Both
I mean,
after
he used to
both
be
of
a
their
dom
stints
man.
on Dominus, they were like, Jahzo, I'm not going to Dominus again, bro.
When did Rizzo
I know-
get into Dominus? I don't remember that.
It was a short stint. It was a short stint in season 8, maybe when we were like actually trash.
Yeah.
And I always keep J-Naps always wants to go Dominus, and I always kept him off of it.
It's rough.
I
Season
I
was
just think
rough.
Dominus
Season
gets
was rough.
L50s.
Yeah, you
It's
got
true.
rough.
50s are a massive thing.
It's true.
Half of
But,
Oast is great. Nah, look, I think there's no dominant. Like, even Torsos, ladies and gentlemen, is on the Fennec now. He's permanently switched.
Cash is pretty good in the Dominus.
Fennec,
Though.
True.
Fennec might be the best thing to happen to Dominus
I
mains.
think he's one of the only ones I can think of that uses it consistently. I think Toasty uses it sometimes.
Wait, what about Cash? Someone said
Memory
Cash.
maybe.
Yeah. Ash was
Yeah, Cash. Oh yeah, Cash.
But like, all right. So let's say you're using the cards that you want to use. That's going to enable you, Arsenal, to be the most successful. Now tell me how you're going to go this weekend.
I don't know. I think we're gonna do well. I don't think we're gonna struggle with Swiss stage. Hopefully not. Like, I'm confident in us to like do what we did first regional.
Come on, hot take.
Oh, hot take. Like my team.
drop
Just
the
be-
PR, man.
Yeah,
Drop the PR.
Drop the
Come on
PR
now.
and tell me where you're finishing.
Oh, where are we finished in the whole tournament?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
All right. Nah, I'm a jinx, bro. Wait.
He's being like Archie right now, bro.
Wait, what did Archie say?
He said the same shit. He's like, he didn't want to say anything because he didn't want to like come back and bite him in the butt.
So he didn't say anything?
No, I think he
I mean,
said they're
he-
going to
he-
win, but he didn't want to call out any teams
No, he
that are looking
didn't,
bad.
bro. No way Archibald said he's gonna win. bro.
Joyo finally got it out of him last week. He's
I mean,
like,
Archie was
just
that
say
best
it, man."
performing player in his finals, so I gotta respect it.
I need the comms.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Or did you say you would win? I think he did. I think
Archie.
I asked him and he's like, of course.
All right, ask me.
All right, are you gonna win?
Of course.
Let's go.
Now that could be
You're like
Archibald.
superstitious because Archie won.
Yeah.
You want to do exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, man, I know you got something better for me. What would you be happy with this weekend? Let's go that way. You got top 8. You got 5 to 8. Regional 2. Where do you want to be? Where would you be happy?
Top 4 minimum. You know, up from there. But like, I think to separate, like, there's a big clump at top 8. So if you get top 4, I mean, you're gonna pass all those teams in points by a good amount. And then top 2 or 1 is like almost a walk. Like, I don't think you can miss the regional after getting a top 8 and a top 2. But I mean, top
Can't
4
you just
minimum
not
would be
miss
nice.
regional just by
There
making
was
top 8?
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, you go ahead because my thing might spur.
I
off
swear I
you.
saw something on Reddit this morning where there's like, if you have 21 points, you have a 60% chance of making it.
How much?
That's
or-
20.
21
20.
total after 3 regionals.
That's
You have
like,
a
To the major?
60% chance.
Isn't-
Yeah, to make it to the major.
I'm pretty sure 21 points is like a. Well, I know
What's that?
it's 6 points for top 8. I don't know what top 4 is, like 12.
Isn't
No.
first 12?
Top
Top
eight.
4 is 9.
16.
First is 16. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you need a second and a third, fourth, or like 2 top 8s and a third, fourth.
Yeah, I think
Basically.
two top 8s and a third, fourth. If we go back, like that was what SSG and Complexity both did.
Yeah, someone put it in the
Oh,
chat
and
by
they
the way, if you
tied.
wanted to look at it.
So if you get 2 top 8s and a top 4, you're probably going to do a tiebreaker. I feel like that's your. I
That's
think
so
like,
AIDS.
it's a good chance. And then maybe not probably, but there's a good chance.
Why is 20?
top
What's
4s, you're probably in
29?
now.
Is 29?
No, 29 like 100%. 22 points,
How
you
do-
have
yeah,
an
he-
80% chance of qualifying.
88
get-
to be exact. That's like 90. That's crazy.
Does this like do these probabilities talk about or consider like the tiebreakers? Because there's a good chance there's gonna be a tiebreaker. Not a good chance, but there is a chance.
I don't. The results little paragraphs I think say
It
something
does say
about tiebreakers.
I see it says tiebreaker. Yeah.
2 scenarios out of 4 million where 2 teams or a team qualified in 5th with 15 points without a tiebreaker. There are scenarios in which 2 teams at 28 points tie for 5th place.
15 points is like 2 top 8s and like getting 9th, right? That'd be crazy. That's like an EU qualification. Like somehow an EU team would make it with something like that.
Yeah, so you basically get top 2. You're pretty much good.
Yeah, like
As long as you
Gen.G,
don't bomb out.
I don't think Gen.G can miss the major. They'd have to hard troll.
Well, you just need one top 2 and then like make it out of Swiss.
They seem to like make it out of Swiss. I mean, it's not easy to make it out of Swiss if you have like a couple bad matchups. I mean, round 5 you could be like Complexity and Optic. Like both those teams should be top 8, but one of them had to lose.
I like how if you get 28 points, there's a 0.00002% chance you don't make it. I want to know the scenario where you can get 28 points. Actually, they talk about that?
That's probably one of those 2 and 4 million where 15 points.
Yeah, there's a scenario 2 teams with 28 points
like,
tied for 5th. Wow.
Crazy.
No. What would be?
That's like that. Well, that would just be like the most top heavy. Like
Yeah.
every team above them would be like consistently in the top 4.
That's like
to get
6 teams just peaking and no one else doing anything.
But NA is 2. Like the top is 2. There's too many top teams for that to ever happen.
Last season, 29 of 29 teams that got top 2 made major. That split. There you go. So you want to get a top 2, and then you feel comfortable. Right, then let's do. I know how you're going to go this week. We'd like to do the top 5 this weekend. We did it for NA. We did it for EU, and I don't know if you guys know. Just a quick note. I don't know if you guys saw about the CJ show Luck. Perhaps that's why you guys are down to come on the show. But we've got 100% strike rate for top 4 of guests on the show. We've got top 4s, top 2s, top 4, top 4.
Now we jinxed it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything. You can't.
I have one finger crossed. No pressure, boys. But I wish you all the
ultimate
best.
last, damn it.
Imagine that. It just goes the other way. Both boys come 15-16.
Oh, 3.
Oh,
and 3.
You'll never see me again if that happen.
No, we said it last week. I think Chrome, you said it. Like, how good is this? We had you and we had Space Station. We had Gen.G. Yeah, you mentioned it last week. So anyway, let's give the top 5. I don't know if one of you boys want to start. I just want your top 5 prediction for this weekend, and it can include yourself. Well on that, but obviously anything can happen out of Swiss, and it is 5 to 8 as well. But I want like the best looking 5th team. You know what I mean? Because 5 to 8 always is like together. But I want your top 5 this weekend in order. Does anyone want to go first?
In order. In order.
In order is kind of.
Yeah, I was about to say in order. Yeah,
in
order's hard.
All right. You're gonna have to do it.
Fuck.
You can't say anything but yourself first. I feel like, bro. It's like you're going in thinking you're getting second. You gotta aim first.
Or do you not want to like jinx it? You want to like pretend because that's what Jack did.
What about Archibald?
I could do top 5 of like every team besides our team.
I think Archie predicted himself first.
He did?
Did he not?
Yeah, I think didn't Joyo predict more? I think they both predicted for themselves.
Yeah, they predicted both
Alright.
themselves first, but Jack predicted himself 5th, I think, for that first regional, or maybe 5th or 6th.
Oh, they were
he put himself as 6th.
They were like had low expectations.
Right. I got the order, bro.
Makes sense.
You got the order?
Yeah.
Kick us off then. Let's hear it.
All right. The number 1 pick, we're gonna go with SSG. The number 2 pick, we got Shopify. No. Number 2, we got G2. We got G2 second.
Hey.
We got FaZe third. We got what's the other teams?
You got Gen.G, Optic. You got NRG.
I got my boy Torment. I got my boy Torment next, and then number 5. Damn.
You didn't just say that right here, right?
Put complexity up there, bro. Put complexity. You already know they're peaking right now.
Wait, so I just gotta get 4 out of 5, right? That's what you said? 4 out of 5?
Yeah, top 4, and then say who the best performing, like, because 5th or 8th, they're all like the same position, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So like, pick your best performing 5th or 8th team.
Oh, best performing?
Best looking.
That end their run in quarters.
Oh, I Honestly, I say complexity. I'm not gonna kill. I feel like CRR without like family troubles, bro, he's gonna turn up.
Yes, sir.
My turn.
No, I want to leave you last. Is it?
Alright.
Let's finish and end it with like Chrome. Hit us up. We'll go this way.
All right. I'll go. Damn, did I have to follow the placebo, like,
Yeah, you probably have to
or do I go PR?
go PR. Actually, let's go the other way.
All right. I have G2 first.
Mm-hmm.
Second. Third, I'll have V1. Fourth, I'll have FaZe. And fifth, I'll have fifth through eighth is like any of those teams, right? So Gen.G, maybe Shopify, maybe Complexity.
Okay, that's dope.
Honestly-
It's not about V1 being over FaZe. It's just like top four. They wouldn't play each other for a third or fourth place position.
But
Yeah, this isn't like a power ranking, right? Because power
Yeah,
ranking.
this isn't power ranking. This is just like what happens.
prediction,
This
yeah,
weekend.
it's not really who's the best team right now. But all right, I'll go next. I'm going to go. So tough. It's just it just really feels like top six, maybe who's peaking on the weekend. But I've got to have a stab. I'm gonna go. Chrome, did you win a regional in the first split last season?
We never won a
single
regional.
Oh, you haven't won a regional.
since,
Dan hasn't won a regional yet. God,
We got
You haven't run a
second
regional since
all right.
X?
Well, you're
Yeah,
perma
second,
second
like,
then.
2 times.
You're perma second. All right. I think based on what I've heard, I'm going to go G2 as well. I think G2 bounced back this weekend. I'll go SSG second. It's looking like Chrome so far. Third, let's mix it up. Let's go third. Let's go Furia. See the boys bounce back. They didn't have much of a warm up last regional. I think they're a bit acclimatizing, jet lag. They're back. Don't know how they're going in scrims, but I'll go third Furia. We have to go fourth V1 to keep the top 4 dreams alive for the CJ show, not cursed, the CJ show buff. And then fifth place, locking in fifth. I haven't even got FaZe in there. I was going to go Optic, but let's go FaZe. I think Optic have won too many game 5s. They're probably due to not win a game 5. Seems like they're sort of like scrapping. They're kicking and scratching in the Swiss, and they're just making it out. So we'll go FaZe 5th. There's my top 5. Go on, Jahzo.
G2 first, FaZe second, SSG third, V1 fourth. And it's between Cole and Gen.G. But I think Gen.G fifth. But Cole right behind.
I actually
Complexity,
left out
crazy.
Gen.G as well. That's crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
I said
clutch
the Gen.G
actually
top 5.
how stacked it is, isn't it?
It's so like just
they
look at the
upgraded.
teams that are qualified for this weekend. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
It's like really hard to win.
And they
Because
upgraded
like one
so
team could
hard,
be
bro.
playing really well the first day, like whether it be Swiss, and then one team could just show up on Sunday. You just take it all.
Wait, Chrome.
What's up?
So if we have like a terrible like Swiss, does that mean we're destined to like win the tournament? Because that's what FaZe did.
You think
They didn't have a terrible Swiss. They went 3-1.
I mean, yeah, but they lost to us, didn't they?
No, they lost to G2.
Yeah.
No, we
that's
beat them
G2.
in the quals for the seeding.
Mm.
My
Okay.
fifth pick was like I think Gen.G. But I mean, fifth or eighth, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. I think Gen.G is gonna look good, but not good enough to beat.
I should put Gen.G top 5. It's on me. Can I change my pick or no? I'm stuck
mean-
with Cole.
Let me. No,
I mean, I have them very similar. I mean, I'm in the same boat. It's like I think they're
Bro.
both gonna look good, but
before top right Tommy goes, people are slandering me for putting FaZe 5th. Let me take you back to last
I
season.
mean, I would be too.
Let me
Talk to
take
me, CJ.
Let me take you back to last season. FaZe Clan, Regional 1. They 3-0 Swiss, straight in. They win Regional 1. Oh, FaZe are the best looking team. Unreal. Let's dive into Regional 2. Where do they come? 9 to 11.
12.
They went from winning to coming 9th to 11th. They actually lost in Swiss. So they didn't even make top 8. So don't try and come up with this slander that all of a sudden FaZe is just the best team ever. I want to see it again in the second regional. Because right now, this is a rinse and repeat from last season. So I'm
Imagine
happy
not
to-
having recency bias.
I'm going to leave the recency biases. I think first regional is a bit of a, I don't know, let's not call it Mickey Mouse, but it's like first regional. It's, everyone's warming up. I still think FaZe are looking good, but They can easily win it. Top 5, it's close. But I just want to leave it there. I just want to leave you with what happened last season because they did win and dominate. Didn't look like they were going to get beat, and then they fell in Swiss. Not saying it's going to happen again. I'm just saying anything's possible. Top right, Tommy. It is for your top 5.
All right. Yeah, I think people just see the rankings and they think it's a power ranking, but you're just trying to pick for the place.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm
pretty
looking to. So I mean, I gotta put my own team first because I can't say I'm not
Talk to
gonna
me.
not
Let's
win.
go.
I mean,
That'd be
I
confidence.
don't think we have the highest odds of winning out of all the
Ah.
teams. Obviously, we can't say I couldn't say that with full confidence, but I mean, gotta go out thinking we're gonna win every time. So
Stop the PR, bro.
second,
Okay.
second, probably G2. I played I was playing Atomic and JNAPs today in 2s, and they were looking nice. They took all my points, so I'll say
Jets
G2
playing
second.
2s.
Yeah, I mean he queues with like Atomic a lot.
That's music to my
He
ears.
queues with Atomic and Sathu. Both
Sathu?
god
Who's
duos.
Sathu?
I always say that.
Sathu, the hard carry.
Sathu got duo?
I always say
Bro,
that a couple times. I'm not gonna lie. They work for me.
Sathu used to carry me in 2s.
Oh, yeah. Sathu carries me too, bro.
Sathu still got the Sath flick dating back to like 2017. That shit's lethal. Going on number 3. I mean, I think I would be close between FaZe and NRG, but I'll lean towards FaZe because they just won. But at the end of the day, 3rd and 4th are tied. In the in the bracket, and then SG 4th. 5th would be. I mean, these teams are all gonna be tied at 5th or 8th too. But I'd probably go Gen.G. Just gotta respect their run last time, and I think they'll go out in quarters this time, but they'll go out like looking good still, and they'll be in a good shot to make the major, and they probably will. And yeah, that's my top 5. I think Complexity, Furia, Shopify, and Optic, and NRG to an extent all have a chance at making top 8 though.
Reel me top 5 again. I'm just putting this into my mind.
There's a poll. You can read all of them, bro.
D1, G2, FaZe, SG, Gen.G.
Okay. I like that. Have we all got... Who left out V1 out of top 4? Who left out the buff?
It all had us. Probably because I'm sitting right here, but it's fine.
No, everyone has V1 in top
Okay,
4.
good. I'm just making sure we still got the buff. Wait, we made a poll? Best top 5? Okay, interesting. Oh, we can see him there. Wait,
I think
actually,
everyone's gonna go Jahzo.
there's no way. I put FaZe 5th. Everyone's complaining.
I'm
Yeah, everyone's
actually way
complaining
more
about FaZe.
No,
confident.
you're winning. You're winning.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm-
What's
I
going
didn't
on?
even
What?
vote for myself. I voted for Jahzo.
I'm confident in mine way
I mean,
more than I
Jahzo-
was last time.
He's SSG.
I think
like
CJ's only like right if like FaZe actually shit the bed.
Yeah, I think I sold him the story from last regional or last season. Yeah,
Jahzo's ultimate PR, so everyone's gonna go him.
Yeah,
I'm like
Jahzo's-
also PR. I don't have any
I
PR to
was
do.
semi PR.
Man,
Jahzo, you just hit
you
us
know,
with a
no.
back
If I
door.
was gonna be PR, I'd put everyone on the show as higher than FaZe. Like guess what? Like CJ did.
What do you? No way. I put a few. Okay. Yeah,
CJ's a paid
Don't
Furia
put
shill.
FaZe at
I'm a-
fifth,
I'm a
bro.
Furia
FaZe
shill.
at 5th.
I didn't think I was going to be a Furia Shield again this season. I only was a Furia Shield last season because in the prediction show, like at the start of the season, I predicted them to win Worlds. And all of a sudden, they started playing really well. And then it came to the World Champs, and I was like, wait, imagine. I look so smart. But maybe not now. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. What are you guys' thoughts on Furia then? Just wrapping it up. What are you thinking of the move? Do you think it's a good move for them?
No, in my opinion. Just
Arsenal
because,
said-
like,
I think
wait, what I said?
I just think they made it so much more stressful for everyone though.
No, I mean, I haven't like watched them online, but like, I was talking to someone. They said like they lost to like certain teams, like in Sam, and like they were almost close to not qualifying, like in Sam. So I'm just like, if you come to NA, it's gonna be harder. So I mean, it just wasn't a smart decision. Like I feel like their playstyle on LAN works because everyone's like nervous, so you just gotta play more confident. You just dive at the ball, you ain't get so much space. But online, everyone's gonna jump at you. So it's just like, you know what I mean?
They were definitely a LAN team,
Mhm.
like a good LAN team.
Well, so everyone's saying they came for the money and stuff like that, but obviously they must have that confidence that they're going to be top 5. Or you wouldn't go. Like even if you were going to get paid more money or something, they're still with Furia, but more prize money. Like they have to think that they're going to consistently make majors still. But I guess
They could definitely make Worlds though, because
Yeah.
if NA pops off at majors, we're gonna get more spots.
I mean, I think they were confident based off how they played at LAN. Like they had so many good LANs like in a row. It's like now like I'm pretty sure we could compete with like any NA team online. but it's just like online it's a different story. I'm not saying they won't perform. I'm just saying like it's going to be a lot harder than they predicted.
I'm wishing them all the best because you don't want to see them draw. Like let's hypothetical. Like I always like to think about, we love the roster moves, the trade stuff like that. Let's say Furia don't go too great. Maybe they make one major. Actually, they probably make Worlds if they make one. Let's say they don't make Worlds. Do you see like this progression maybe from a Yan to move on to a top team? Do you think like now he's
Easily.
in
Yeah,
Does he speak English? I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys don't think that they'll just go back?
No.
I could see Yan staying.
No, yeah. If Yan can get a better team, he definitely goes to a better team. You get more money. You still get to go to LANs. You still get to like be a top player, but it's just like more money.
Yeah, and there probably he could probably common English, but there's a language barrier. But I think most players would sacrifice that to have a player again on their team if they're making a move. Like I feel like that wouldn't be a big problem. At least there would be some team out there that's good and that would want them. Not every team maybe, but some team out there.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they would honestly stay like Complexity and just pick up another player from Brazil if that's the case, if they want to make a roster change.
That too.
Oh my god, NRG Yan.
Imagine
Nah.
No?
I don't know.
I think
I don't think we'll go full League of Legends with like reports.
Yeah, I don't think like he gets on that team, but like I think they'll work pretty well, I guess.
About to learn Portuguese.
I don't know. Jan and AJ camp my twos games and play a lot of twos together, so I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised.
Jan and who?
Jan and AJ.
AJ.
I think Jan just invites like he just invites the mechanical players.
Yeah. No,
he doesn't solo queue.
He
never solo queues. I've never seen that man solo queue in his life.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I mean,
he's like he's the first killer, bro.
Do you think the language barrier, like comms in? Do you think comms is becoming more important, or the more that people are just getting good at the game, that it's becoming not less important, but it's more feasible to just be good, lol?
I think it's important. So
yeah, I think it's important, but like the better you are, like the less comms you need. Like and like the more you team with someone, you like know their tendencies and like what they're about to do. They don't need to be like, oh, I'm gonna double off the corner to the left side. Like you just know that that's what they're trying to do. But like new teams, I feel like it's a lot more important than like JF's in Chicago. I feel like they already know like what each other are gonna do without like commenting it.
I feel like BS was the only anomaly when they had Mark where they didn't all speak the same language. So their cons were just like you go or like I got, that's it. And they say nice 24/7. So their cons weren't the greatest, but they're still so good. But that's like the only team I could ever like, I feel like got away with it. But I feel like you do need to have the same comms or speak the same language consistently.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna say, Jahzo?
I would South, you said. I'd like they've been playing together for so long, but like they've become dependent on comms as opposed to the other way around. There were many times, like especially before Sathi was around, that like we were trying different things a couple times, and Reed was like, "What if we just try to practice without relying on comms?" But it just made us worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole team is reliant on comms. Like it is the only thing that makes them play well.
I mean, yeah, their play style is also like a system,
Yeah.
They all be on the same page, so that definitely helps. There's some teams that are more solo based. I feel like FaZe could probably go no comms and probably get top 4 in original still. I wouldn't even be surprised. Like
I feel like they could easily get top 4.
But G2 is like a system. They're all good individually too, but that's pretty important how they play.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to keep you boys too long, but I do want to finish. I like to finish on this sort of thing that we do. So we've given our top 5, right? But I want to hear just a hot take in terms of a smoky, a rough team that you wouldn't be surprised if they made top 4. That's not really in your sights as like a top 5. But give me like an upset team that you think this weekend might be able to just peek out of their minds, and let's say potentially get a top. Let's say top 4 because I think quarterfinals is a bit
top
more
4.
Let's say top 4. I want a team that you can make top 4 that isn't in your like radar right now. Isn't in your top 5.
Like so, outside of like the top 8 from last regional, because those
let's do that. Outside the top 8, give me a team that can just peek out of their minds this week.
It's so easy. This weekend is so easy.
So easy.
I want to hear what Arsenal has to say. I don't know.
Accelerate.
Axel.
That's okay.
I think it's good. Toasty's been peaking, bro. So like, if they
top 4 though, nah.
I mean, what other team that hasn't made top 8?
NRG.
No.
I think
Energy not getting top four.
NRG could get top 8, and Axel could get top 8, but I don't think those teams are gonna get top 4 unless they get like a really good bracket. Like maybe they played each other or something, and then one of them's guaranteed, like something like that. But like I can't see NRG like beating like.
Wait.
They have to like 3-0 Swiss to get a good matchup, or 3-1 and have a high seed, or they have to like beat like G2 or FaZe, and I just don't see that.
Wait, did Cole not get top 8?
Nah.
Oh, then Cole.
They
I
lost
didn't
in
even
game
know.
5.
Well,
Yeah, but I was considering them, and I was considering.
we were already kind of like, I have them highly rated already.
Yeah,
I was about to say Cole then for me.
Them getting top 4 would not be a surprise.
Yeah.
All right, but who's more likely, like NRG or Shopify?
Shopify.
Like, you would put Shopify up as like higher chance top 4?
Yes.
What about?
I don't think NRG has like the like I don't think they can beat any like top team playing how they're playing. Shopify they have potential to like beat a top team if they're all like playing well, and they have like the right meta play style. Like they'll like demo you and go for like freestyle plays.
They're all like twos players too.
Yeah,
I think the twos grinders just like
it
translates in threes if they put in the time.
Any other hot ones, or is that it? We've covered them. No one's got any other teams.
Could Rogue do it?
I'm gonna say is my boy Jara gonna be hitting some psychos. I'm gonna go Rogue.
Could Rogue do it? No,
Rogue not getting top 4.
Rogue.
I don't think there's.
Where you go?
I was saying like I think outside of that like 8 or 9 teams like there's no one getting top 4 like randomly. Yeah. But I mean, crazy things have happened. Like spring last season, like Ghost would pull up get top 4. Like, it's just like hard to predict. But I don't think so.
That's the Rogue of this season, surely.
Maybe. I mean, maybe like. Oh yeah, Ghost is also in this regional after missing the last one.
No way, Ghost gets top 4, bro.
I think with Lion they had
Rogue
that
is more likely.
No,
could my boy Drees do it?
No,
not according to Chrome.
Maybe top 8.
Oh no, because Rizzo said that not according to me, but I just think it was just in reference. You don't think Gyro is the one to hit the first psycho? Like no one's like, oh yeah, Gyro's my shot to hit the psycho. You know what I mean? Like, he's not that player.
Gyro's not a bad player. It's
no, I got beef with Gyro. He's just not that type of player. You think
the whole conversation was about mechanics. It wasn't about skill, man.
Just imagine.
I'm not saying Rogue's bad. I'm just saying,
Yeah. I gotta trash talking about boy right now, bro.
Rogue's good.
Did anyone forget Xset? Yeah, I've got Xset for next regional. They're gonna find a way to scam their way into the regional, even though they've got.
Yeah, you want to know who's a player that played well in scrims? Rapid. Rapid's a player that plays well in scrims.
Yeah.
Did he play well in scrims, or did he play like?
I don't even think the Exo was good in scrims. They were trolling.
Whenever we scrim them, they're gods.
Don't let Vatera see this clip, bro.
They were trolling in our scrims. Like they would literally stop trying after we won like 2 games. You could tell.
Bro, we could
like the Merc or some shit. Like I'm like, what's happening?
No, when we were trying out players when we dropped Reddles, we were getting destroyed by Xset.
Nah, yeah. Rapid's pre-jump game is just OD like crazy.
We've never been able to sanely scrim Rapid. Ask Rizzo. He's in chat. He can tell you.
He's spitting right now.
Shopify team with Rapid in beast mode was like.
Oh yeah, you guys had.
They didn't play real Rocket League in scrims.
No, yeah.
They didn't play real Rocket League.
I forgot G2 had beef with Rapid. I remember Rizzo going at Rapid on Twitter.
Dude, Rapid was probably the person that made Rizzo the most pissed in scrims ever. I haven't seen Rizzo more stressed over scrims than when he would have to play with Rapid. I can't lie.
Rizzo has beef with Rapid. That's funny.
I love how we finished up right. Look, let's wrap it up there though, boys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I don't want to keep you guys too long because you have some games to play tomorrow, but I wish you guys the best of luck. Thank you guys for coming on. Hopefully we keep the buff, the top 4, because I think we'd be happy with top 4. I know Arsenal's top 1 or he's kicking everyone, but hopefully we can get some top 4s. Any final thoughts, I guess, before we?
Nah, bro. Thank you for having me, buddy. That's about it.
Tommy, top right, Tommy.
Thanks for having me. Hope to see everyone in Rotterdam. Hopefully we're all there too. Maybe
you'll do it, Torm. I believe.
Send you. See you there. Hopefully.
Bro, this is tour season.
My season.
It's tour season.
For sure.
It wasn't his regional, but the rest of the season, that's all his, bro.
Appreciate that.
What do you got for us?
Yeah. I'm just hoping, like regardless of results, I just want to make it to Rotterdam. The lands are the most important thing. Because they all lead up to the World Championship, and you want to win the most important events. You don't want to win regionals all the time. Like that. I mean, you obviously want to win regionals, but it doesn't mean anything in the long run in comparison to lands. So definitely want to make Rotterdam.
All right. Well, hopefully we can reassess after this regional, and it's been a lovely one for Space Station and V1. But apart from that, is anyone live? I don't want to raid anyone. He's just playing League of Legends. That's pretty funny. But all right, we're gonna end it there. Thanks everyone for hanging out. That's the CJ show number 3, NA regional. Hopefully we can get the wins for Space Station and V1. And thank you again for these two boys coming on. Hopefully we can get them on some other time later this split. I mean next split or another split, and they're dominating or they're winning majors. So it's been a pleasure. And all right, we're right out for Kev because he's let's do it because he's peaking on Arsenal.
Okay.
I saw on a bar story, so definitely rate him.
Chuck it right over there. He'll let him know. Thanks everyone for hanging out. That was another CJ show, and yeah, make sure you can watch it on Spotify. You can watch it on Jahzo. He's got it on Apple. You can watch it on YouTube. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Spotify, Apple.
And these blokes are legends for coming on, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Later.
Peace.